Vietnam enters the second month without COVID-19 community infections. Vietnam jumps 14 places in open budget survey and ranks second in top 10 fastest growing wealth markets. Google Trends shows good signs of Vietnam's domestic travel. Da Nang to organize Fantastic Festival 2020 in June. Hello and welcome to FBNC News with latest updates from Vietnam. This is Trần and great to have you with us. Vietnam has remained clear of COVID-19 community transmission for more than 1 month, according to the National Steering Committee for COVID-19 Prevention and Control. The national count now stays at 324, including 184 imported cases. As many as 11,326 people are under health monitoring or quarantine, with 302 of them in hospitals. A total of 263 patients, or 81%, have recovered, while the remainder are being treated at 8 provincial and central medical facilities. Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc on May 16 attended the ribbon-cutting ceremony to inaugurate a temple dedicated to the ancestors of President Ho Chi Minh in Nam Đàn District, Nghệ An Province.
Located to the south of Trung Mountain, the ancestral temple is constructed on a ground of more than 83 hectares. The temple symbolizes a popular Vietnamese saying, "When you drink water, remember the source," the Prime Minister said, adding that it will serve as a historical place for people to pay tribute and show gratitude towards President Ho Chi Minh and his ancestors for their contributions to the nation. On the same day, Prime Minister Phúc attended the launch of a monument built to show respect for President Ho Chi Minh. Construction of the monument began at Kim Liên Special National Relic Site in Lang Sen 3 Village, Kim Liên Commune in August last year, aiming to mark the late president's 130th birthday in 2020. It has a total investment of 8 billion Vietnam dongs.
The Open Budget Survey 2019 issued by the International Budget Partnership ranks Vietnam 77th out of 117 countries around the world, up 14 places against the previous survey in 2017, the Ministry of Finance reported on May 18.
The OBS is the world's only independent and comparative assessment of the 3 pillars of public budget accountability, transparency, oversight, and public participation. The Open Budget Survey are being conducted by the IBP biannually since 2006. Vietnam's budget transparency scored 38 out of 100 points, an increase of 23 points compared to 2017. The average score globally was 45. Vietnam scored 11 out of 100 for public participation and 74 out of 100 for budget oversight, up 4 and 2 points respectively from 2017. Vietnam increased the availability of budget information by publishing the executive's budget proposal, the citizen's budget, and the audit report online, and increasing the information provided in the in-year reports. The language used in the Citizen Budget Report was viewed as simple and easy for people to understand, thus increasing their participation in budget allocation and monitoring. The country has so far published online 7 out of 8 budget documents in a timely manner.
Vietnam ranked second in the top 10 fastest growing wealth markets from 2010 to 2019. The Wealth X company revealed the ranking in its new report titled A Decade of Wealth.
The report takes a look back at the growth of the global wealthy population over the past decade, while also forecasting the trends that will help shape future growth in the coming years. Both Vietnam and Bangladesh, which ranked first in the report, had robust economic growth supported by a young and expanding workforce and deepening integration in regional manufacturing supply chains. The report said the country's strong growth in wealthy population was also partly a reflection of having a low base of comparison. The number of super rich has also increased faster than most of Asia over the past decade, and Asia is home to 6 of the 10 fastest growing wealth markets. The global wealthy population expanded over 50% in the past 10 years, while only comprising a fraction of the world's adult population. Wealthy individuals, meaning those with $1 million or more in net worth, controlled almost a third of global private wealth last year, a whopping $104 trillion, up from $50 trillion in 2005 and $69 trillion in 2010. The report also forecast that the technology sector will make a strong breakthrough in the coming years, while banking, business, and consumer services were sectors with the most super rich people in the previous decade. Founded in 2010 with offices across North America, Europe, and Asia, WellX provides unique data, analysis, and insight to a growing roster of over 500 clients.
112 outstanding IT solutions and services have been honored with 2020 Sao Khue Awards. Unlike many previous years, this year's ceremony was conducted online via YouTube and webpage platforms.
The 2020 Sao Khue Awards cover various fields including e-government, health, banking, education, accounting and finance, IT software and export services and solutions. Reportedly, the total revenue of top 10 firms receiving Sao Khue Awards this year reached more than 81 trillion Vietnam đồng. The top 10 have been selected based on socio-economic effects, brand name value, revenue, market share, and use of innovative technologies, particularly artificial intelligence ones. Chairman of Vinasa, the organizer of Sao Khue 2020, Mr. Trương Gia Bình, said that up to 80% of Sao Khue's products are developed with the application of 4.0 technology platforms such as artificial intelligence, big data, IoT, and blockchain. Many high-tech solutions were born during the COVID-19 outbreak, such as digital teaching system IDG of iSmart Company, electronic medical management system EMR of FPT, or FPT Telecom's on-call service, which is based on cloud computing and provides a distance communication solution for businesses, including voice call, video call, conferencing, messaging, and web RTC. Top IT products and services awarded with Sao Khue title will be selected and nominated for this year's APICTA International Award.
Vietnam is aiming to have 55% of its population shopping online by 2025, with average consumer spending rising to $600 per year, according to a master plan on e-commerce development for the period of 2021 to 2025, recently approved by Deputy Prime Minister Trịnh Đình.
E-commerce is viewed among the pioneering sectors of the digital economy, which contributes to modernizing the distribution system, raising businesses' competitiveness, and fostering the domestic market and exports. Revenue in the business-to-consumer sector is projected to surge 25% per year to hit $35 billion, accounting for 10% of the total retail sales and service revenues nationwide. Under the plan, cashless payments will reach 50%, of which those made via third-party payment service providers will make up 80% of the total. Economic zones and localities aside from Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City are forecasted to account for 50% of the value of the total P2C transactions across the country. Meanwhile, Vietnam also wants 80% of the e-commerce websites to have online booking functions and 50% of the small and medium-sized enterprises operating on e-commerce platforms.
In a document submitted to the government, the Vietnam Association of Foreign Vested Enterprises has suggested the development of casino services as a means of economic recovery.
Casino tables and gaming machines are currently in operation at 43 hotels and resorts around Vietnam, with the size of the market doubling since the legal framework on casino operations was issued. The casino sector, however, has yet to meet its socio-economic potential, according to VAFIE President Viet Nam. In the eyes of investors, Vietnam boasts huge potential in casinos, given its population of nearly 100 million and rising incomes. Vietnamese people spend some $3 billion a year on lotteries and $1 billion on gambling overseas. The country also attracts millions of tourists each year, and many would like the opportunity to gamble at casinos. The government issued Decree No. 3 in 2017 on the casino business, which stipulates that Vietnamese citizens earning a monthly income of at least 10 million Vietnam dongs, about $440, would be eligible to gamble at a casino. The regulation, however, creates hassles for many domestic tourists, as few remember to bring documents proving their income. Combined with high taxes imposed on the casino business, the relatively small number of eligible gamblers is an issue for many investors. VAFIE has put forward the establishment of a national council on the field, which would be under the auspices of a deputy prime minister. The council will be tasked with counseling the Prime Minister on institutions, policies, legislation, and the management of casinos and similar gaming. It would also review and grant permission to suitable investment projects and keep a close watch on their operations to mitigate any social harms.
The tourism market has recovered since mid-April when social distancing measures against COVID-19 were eased. Many promotions have also been rolling out by local tour operators to stir up the market in the coming time.
The recovery was mainly thanks to the increasing demand of local travelers, according to insiders who added that the most searched destinations over the past month were Ho Chi Minh City, Hà Nội, Đà Nẵng, Đà Lạt, Phú Quốc, Nha Trang, Huế, and Quy Nhơn. An increasing number of people are looking for sea and island places such as Vũng Tàu, Phú Quốc, Nha Trang, Quy Nhơn, and Hạ Long Bay, as well as national parks like Phong Nhang, Kẻ Bàng, Ba Vì, Cúc Phương, and Sơn Dòng Cave. Some airlines and travel companies such as Bamboo Airways, Philippine Airlines, and Traveloka have launched preferential programs to lure visitors. Hit hardest by the COVID-19 pandemic, Vietnam's tourism sector is likely to be one of the first to recover strongly after the pandemic is brought under control, according to industry experts. According to Savills Vietnam, local travelers, which accounted for 82.5% of all tourists last year, are expected to rise in number within a short period of time, while international visitors will return at a slower but steady rate, especially those from China and the Republic of Korea. The number of foreign arrivals to Vietnam fell 18% year-on-year in the first quarter of this year, while the number of domestic travelers was down 6%. The sector's revenue declined 11% compared to the same period of 2019.
Based on the search data, Google has also evaluated the change in travel trends in Vietnam due to the impact of COVID-19 epidemic. Accordingly, the travel demand to Asia-Pacific countries has reduced 8.6% over the same period last year. However, Vietnam's relentless efforts in the fight against COVID-19 has resulted in some signs of recovery in domestic travel demand since mid-April.
Latest Google's report shows that over the past month, research results related to domestic flights in Vietnam has increased 85% compared to the same period last year. The destinations that visitors have looked for most are Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, Đà Nẵng, Đà Lạt, Phú Quốc, Nha Trang, Huế, and Quy Nhơn. Sea and island tourism have received the biggest attention of domestic tourists, with searches doubling over the past 6 weeks. In addition, Vietnamese are also interested in park goings such as Ba Vì National Park in Hanoi, Phong Nha Kẻ Bàng and Sơn Dòng Cave in Quảng Bình, and Cúc Phương Forest in Ninh Bình. Via user searches, Google also found that Vietnamese tourists have paid special attention to discounts and promotions of air tickets and hotel services, which shows the positive signals in the recovery of domestic tourism in the country.
Domestic travel demand is indeed recovering with speed. Our reporter Lê Nhi was at Cần Thơ and eyewitnessed the boom in backwater travels and island tours. Let's watch her story to find out more.
5 a.m. at Ninh Kiều Wharf, Cần Thơ City. It was already crowded with guests on the wharf and on the boats. People lining up to move to Cái Răng floating market. 1 week after social distancing measures were lifted, tourists flocked to island tours like this. Boats move across the river with visitors enjoying the cool breeze, dispelling the heat of the summer.
Thưa quý vị, ngay từ sáng sớm thì chợ nổi Cái Răng Cần Thơ đã tập trung một lượng lớn du khách. Đây được xem là một tín hiệu tốt đối với những người dân thương hồ và cả những doanh nghiệp làm du lịch.
Boat full of visitors brings joy to boatmen like Nguyễn Văn Hải.
Hồi cái bệnh dịch nó giảm bớt đó, thì số lượng khách đó, thì nó cũng tạm ổn, coi như được 20-30%.
The fruit-laden boats and the sweet smiles of Cần Thơ citizens are specialties that attract tourists to the floating market.
Hôm nay tôi đi chợ nổi Cái Răng thì vui và thấy rất là nhộn nhịp. Và điều đặc biệt hơn nữa đó là tôi thấy chợ nổi Cái Răng bây giờ nó đã thay đổi hơn trước.
Constantly innovating but retaining the rural features is the key to making local tourism effective. For example, in the weekend, Lung Cột Cầu tourist area attracts a large number of tourists to visit and enjoy the local delicacies here.
Cuối tuần thì mình và bạn bè đến đây đi chơi và thưởng thức cái món ăn miệt vườn. Thì mình cảm thấy là cái hình thức du lịch miệt vườn rất là thú vị và vui.
Mình nghĩ cái khu du lịch này là một cái khu du lịch sinh thái, có nhiều trái cây nè, có nhiều trò chơi nè, rồi giá cả thì nó hợp lý. Rồi mình nghĩ là cái khu du lịch này thì nó sẽ phát triển như sao và phù hợp cho những cái bạn, những cái giới trẻ giống như mình để đến đây để giải trí.
The vitality of rural tourism is an evidence to the recovery of the industry after the pandemic. However, many tourism products' quality must be improved to ensure a long-term and sustainable development. At the heart of the Mekong Delta, Cần Thơ is designed to be one of the 7 tourism hubs of Vietnam. Cần Thơ also expects that airlines will soon launch new services connecting the city with Hải Phòng, Vinh City, and Thailand's Bangkok in the near future.
The central city of Da Nang plans to hold a large-scale event named Fantastic Da Nang Festival 2020 in June to boost tourism development and recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic. The Fantastic Da Nang Festival 2020, an event upgraded from the annual festival Da Nang, điểm hẹn mùa hè, or Da Nang, a summer destination, is expected to help introduce and promote the city as an attractive destination with its cultural values, tourism resources, and new tourism products. The event will also aim to connect and support businesses in presenting their products and services and improve their service quality while introducing new, diverse, and attractive tourist destinations to meet the increasing demands of the tourism market. The festival is held to create an impression amongst tourists while visiting the city by offering them an image of a green and environmentally friendly coastal destination. The festival will boost investment in tourism infrastructure and entertainment services to meet the demand of increasingly diverse tourist markets and strengthening cooperation in tourism development between provinces and cities. The festival is expected to become one of the most special extravaganzas for locals and tourists in 2020, scheduled to be held from June to September. A Vietnamese transgender couple, Minh Khang and Minh Anh, have welcomed the first baby, making the husband Minh Khang the first transgender man in Vietnam to get pregnant and give birth to a baby.
The baby girl was born at a beauty salon in Ho Chi Minh City, weighing 2.3 kilograms and in good health, Minh Anh announced on her social media account. The husband Minh Khang, 24, was a female at birth, lives in Cần Thơ City, and his wife Minh Anh, 21, was a male at birth, lives in Bến Tre Province. They got married in 2017 after they met at a transgender beauty contest. Last year, the couple planned to have a baby after reading about a foreign man who got pregnant. Prior to the decision, Khang had been receiving male hormone injections for 2.5 years, and his wife received female hormones for a few months. They also underwent surgeries using anesthetics and antibiotics, which made them worried about the possibility of pregnancy and maintaining a healthy pregnancy. Yearning to have a baby, Khang decided to stop hormone therapy to restart menstruation. He followed doctor's advice on a well-balanced pre-pregnancy diet in hopes of getting pregnant. Khang got pregnant 3 months after stopping the hormone therapy.
And that has wrapped up our program for today. Thank you for joining us. We're looking forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye.